What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream from Pink Tourmaline. What's up? What's up? I see some people in the house, and Amy's on here. I'm gonna explain why in a moment, but let's go through some of these comments. Wait, let me just make sure this. Yep, here we go. Okay, what's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? We got Meow Tank, might be new to the channel. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Meow Tank, let me know when did you find out about the channel? What brought you here? Let me know. But welcome, and yeah, it's great to have you. Like, what video did you see that brought you over here? Truth Seeker is back in the house. Hi, Pink. What's up? What's up? And Truth Seeker says, hello, everyone. I have a few videos to catch up and watch. Yeah, I've been making like an insane amount of videos, so that very well could be the case. I'll probably watch this later today. I need my sleep. No, it's all good. You can go to bed. Hey, but make sure you watch the Intuitive Underground video. That one was crazy. Sorry, I'm just making sure it's working. That one was crazy. That's like a 2.5, no, what is it, 2.5 hour video? Yeah, so that one was nuts, and basically just asked everything I've always wanted to ask a team of remote viewers about the secrets of the universe. So that was pretty cool. Okay, let me go through a couple more comments, and then I'm explain why Amy's here. Purple Kush, that also might be new. Purple Kush, welcome to the channel if you are new. Prod Involution, are you new as well? What's up, man? Welcome to the channel. Paul Wallace is back. He says, yo, he's on time. I tried. I'm trying my best. This is Andrew. Oh, Andrew. This is Andrew. Can I say, I don't know if you want me to say your last name. I'll just call you Andrew W. Andrew's the one that sent me that crazy NDE where I basically, where the talking about base reality that I made last night. He sent me the video. So what's up, Andrew? Good to see you. Krishna Consciousness Academy, obviously the one who introduced me to intuitive design, intuitive underground. I keep saying intuitive design. And hello, Amy, as well. Get free now 55. You might be new as well. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, so some of you guys who are new in here, let me know if you get a chance. How did you find the channel? That'd be super cool just to know what video piqued your interest and why you subscribed. Numa Ethos is back, my fellow MMA fan. And again, somebody that I think we've connected now on Instagram. So that's really cool. Okay, now without further ado, because it's getting late for Amy, so I wanted to make sure that we started integrating in some meditation. I'm a big fan of meditation. It's something that I started working with somebody, what was it, 5 years ago, in terms of trying to learn how to meditate, combining that with yoga practices as well. Started doing it more just for kind of mental health reasons and for better focus and better clarity. But now I think there's a lot more to meditation. I think all of those things are true. And obviously many successful people do meditate and swear by it. But I think it is a pathway into some of these other things that we've been talking about, AKA OBEs, astral projection, even remote viewing. I think it's a potential doorway into discovering some of those capabilities. So I just think it's so important. I don't know how to really lead people through meditations though myself, but Amy does. Amy is one of the members on Pink Tourmaline. We actually had a chat last Saturday, and we did a Google Meet call with Amy and a couple other folks who are in the members community here. And she mentioned to me that she owns a yoga and meditation center. Is that right? Yeah. And where is it again?
It's in Maine.
It's in Maine.
Small town in Maine, yeah.
And so we are going to be going through a meditation. Wait, hey, I see somebody in here. Mr. Mex Biker, NDE video lost you cred. How so? How did I lose my credibility with you? Okay, well, anyways, yeah, feel free to explain. And yeah, you don't have to use all caps, dog. It's all good. You can relax. Okay, anyways, let's go into the 4-minute meditation. Actually, this will be perfect for you. We can all meditate and take a load off here. Amy, I'm going to let you take it away with the 4-minute meditation. So everybody stand by. I won't be responding to chat messages until we complete the meditation, and go for it.
Okay, so I'm just going to guide you guys through just a relaxation, a community effort here of just coming into the body and some cohesiveness amongst the community. So if you want to find a comfortable position, whether you're laying down or sitting, either one of that is fine. And then just close the eyes, or you can even hold a soft gaze. So let's begin by allowing the feet just to, if you're seated, just allow the feet to be planted. And just feel the contact there. So whether your feet are on the carpet or the hardwood or the tile, just feel that contact. And then bring your awareness. I'm going to have you bring your awareness into your sit bones. So if you're taking your seat in a chair or on the floor, just feeling the sense of connection and the sense of grounding. And depending on if you're laying down or sitting upright, you want to move awareness up to the crown of the head. So I'm going to have you have the crown of the head lift as if you were lifting, ascending. So the sit bones would be descending. So we have a couple of points of contact here for reference. And again, soft gaze or close the eyes. And just take a few breaths into just feeling however you've decided to take the position. Just settling into that. And then from an energetic perspective, I want you to really just feel and sense your surroundings. So whatever room you might be in, or even if you're, well, hopefully you're not driving, but just taking into that field of awareness, your surroundings. Feeling and sensing space, feeling and sensing contact of the body. And just being with these pauses in between. So the intention here is to really get embodied with the breath, the physicality of the body. And then bringing your awareness back to the soles of the feet, even if you're cross-legged or where the feet have been planted. We're going to just begin to move our awareness, our energy up through the soles of the feet, through the shins. Notice if you become aware of the calves first, or maybe it's the front of the leg. And then moving your awareness up a little further to the knees. So just aware the left and the right. And then moving your awareness further up to the tops of the thighs and the belly of the hamstrings. So again, whether you're seated with feet down or cross-legged, you just have some felt sense of the body. So the sit bones have been anchored. So there's a sense of dropping in. And then moving the awareness up to the belly button, so or the navel, just keeping the belly soft, relaxed. So the belly's soft. Arms are relaxed. Notice the position of the palms, whether they're facing down or facing up. Allow the heart to lift and the collarbone to broaden. Then bring your awareness into the back of the body and just notice if you feel sturdy, if you feel upright. So the spine is integral. The neck is long and the throat is relaxed. We soften the lower jaw, dropping the tongue from the roof of the mouth. And relaxing the face, the muscles, the skin. Soften behind the eyes, soften the brow. And the breath is light, it's slow and steady. We're going to move into collective breath, so just having everybody in unison, breathing together. So we'll take a slow and steady breath in, and a slow and steady breath out. We're releasing any effort in the breathing, so we're not pulling the breath in and we're not pushing the breath out. We're simply staying with the receiving of the in-breath and the offering of the out-breath. We'll take a few more together, creating this collective cohesion of the community. Breath in and breath out. Receiving a slow and steady inhalation and offering a slow and steady exhalation. We'll take one more collective breath together, slow and steady breath in. And a slow and steady breath out. When you're ready, allow the eyes to begin to open. Taking just a moment here to adjust. You're muted.
There we go. All right. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Amy. That was awesome. Let me see what other people say here. RV does not bad. Okay, wait, I'll come back to Mr. Mex Biker. Hi, hey, Gender Ender, what's up? What do you guys think of the meditation? Let us know. And thanks to Amy one more time. We really appreciate it. And if you guys like it, we can do it again. We can keep having this as part of the live streams if you guys enjoy it and find it beneficial. But yeah, let me know. All right, Amy, I know it's late for you. And Mr. Mex Biker says nice meditation. There you go. Boom. And have a great night. Well, you're welcome, obviously, to I don't know how you're gonna watch, but I'm sure you're gonna go to bed soon.
Thank you. I'm gonna listen in. So okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. All right, take it easy. Okay, there we go. Vegan for the animals. Wait, now I'm sleeping. I know, it made me tired too. We did it earlier today, and actually I said the same thing. It got me like super relaxed. Prod Involution says thanks, Amy. And Mr. Mex Biker says, okay, wait. Now let me come back to your comment, Mr. Mex Biker. RV does not back it up. So wait, remote viewing. What do you mean? Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about the last? Yeah, give me some details. What are you talking about here? Remote viewing. Are you a remote viewer? And are you saying your remote viewing data? Or are you saying the intuitive underground data doesn't back it up? Like, give me some feedback here. But it looks like you are a remote viewer. So yeah, where or do you remote view with the team? Do you remote view independently? Let me know. Colin Crisp is in the house. What's up, Colin? He says, thank you both. Yeah, man, you're very welcome. Thank you guys. Guys, we have so much to talk. Okay. Oh, cool. Hey, send me some of your stuff. Do you have a website or do you have anything you want to share in terms of what work you're doing? Oh, you're part of Farsight. No way. Okay, I reached out to Farsight. Well, this was a while ago to see if I could interview somebody from Farsight. Actually, I reached out to Courtney Brown. I think that's the head of Farsight. But yeah, if you guys are interested, listen, man, listen. I know you said, hey, I lost me cred and you put it in all caps. I'm not an expert in any of this stuff. I'm just learning and I'm trying to interview people and take it step by step. So yeah, I'm going to make mistakes, but what am I going to do here? I'm learning on the fly. That's part of the journey of this channel. Now, that being said, if you want to come on or somebody from the team from Farsight is interested in coming on and kind of giving me some of the things you've learned, like that's what I'm here for. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to just share that information. So I'd love to have more. Okay, it's all good. Yeah, you said the caps was accidental. Okay, fair enough. But if you would be interested in having a conversation with me, I'm trying to get this thing ramped up. I want to do interviews every week. I loved it. I thought it was such a great experience. And oh, thank you, Aim. Vegan for Animals says great video from yesterday. Thank you. Are you talking about the intuitive underground interview, or are you talking about the NDE video that I made? Let me know which one. But anyways, yeah, email me. Hold on, I'm gonna put in my email in the link here. Pink Tourmaline 1980 at gmail.com. Okay, so there it is. But yeah, please hit me up and let's do this. I want to interview somebody from Farsight as well. We have death trap videos. We have a death traps video. Yeah. So yeah, let me know if you want me to, if somebody wants to have an interview and chat with me on the channel, that'd be incredible. Confirms IU. What is IU? Wait, confirms IU. Wait, let me see. What are you? IU. Oh, confirms Intuitive Underground. Is that what you're saying? Okay. And then vegan for the animals. Are you talking about the remote viewing? Yeah, that's crazy, huh? Intuitive Underground is they're awesome. And then yeah, Mr. Mex Biker said he is from Farsight. Got it. The Intuitive Underground was great, but I felt they kind of didn't answer some important questions directly. But overall, I appreciate it. Yeah, I think that ultimately just they didn't have data on some or information on some of the questions, which was unfortunate. And I know people wanted more answers, but I appreciate that. I appreciate that they answered what they could and they don't try to answer things that they may not have information or data about. So yeah, I think it was, I just really like those two guys. I feel sincerity. I feel authenticity. I feel they're just trying to do their best. And, I really enjoyed it. I was up till 3:30 in the morning working on that video because we had we had a lot of technical glitches. Actually, it was a real bummer. They said that they thought that would happen too, which was really weird. But yeah, so we had technical glitches throughout. We had audio issues, and then I had to go back and edit it in Final Cut. And when it's that size of a video, it just takes forever to edit and render. And I was like, I'm not going to bed. Like, this interview is so good. I'm not going to bed until I really upload it. And so I did all this work in my house while I was uploading. It was crazy. Oh, Vegan for Animals says, I'm sorry. I was watching your other video with my friend just now. Didn't realize you were live. All good. All good. Yeah, we go live every Friday at 6 p.m. PST. That's currently at least the protocol. That may change at some point in the future. Okay, Mr. Mex Biker says Intuitive Underground. I saw Death Trap's video from Farsight. They're very good. Okay, so should I do a breakdown on one of these videos? I got to check this out. Yes, dude, I so agree. Okay, I so agree. NDEs are manipulated by archons. Wait, so if you're talking about my NDE video, I said that multiple. I don't know. Maybe you didn't watch the whole thing because it was huge. It was like 50 minutes. But there were, if you listen to all of it, not the beginning part. In the beginning, I'm kind of maybe just getting into it. But eventually, I talk about a lot of points throughout where I'm very suspicious of the things that are being given to the woman because I'm like, she may not know it. I'm not saying I distrust her, but I'm saying she may have gotten information that has been manipulated because it sounded like that. It didn't sound like everything was adding up. So I don't know if did you hear that part of the video, Mr. Mex Biker? Let me know your thoughts. I was talking, and again, listen, man, if I say so, I'm gonna make mistakes. I've probably made mistakes in the past. I definitely have. I'm gonna make mistakes in the future. Hopefully, you can see my intention is that I'm just trying to learn and I'm trying to get to the bottom of things. So it is what it is. Yeah, I understand that. I get that remote viewing is database and the NDE is not. There's streams of information. Like, for example, if we have lots of NDE accounts, I got into this whole space from NDEs. Even if it's manipulated information, still information is coming through, and we don't have to take it take it verbatim for what is being presented, but there's still information. I mean, for example, how would we have learned that so many of these NDEs are manipulative but for reviewing the NDEs? So, and probably in the same way, right? There's going to be some information that's going to be true. It's not going to be just a stream of lies that's all made up. Because that would be too easy to basically dismantle. So I think there's value in going through some of these NDEs, but you have to do it very cautiously. And maybe I'll come to a conclusion later on that I stop going through NDEs altogether, But as of now, I'm just trying to do my best from different sources. What blew me away about that NDE in particular was just this notion of, yeah, I 100%, I get you, man. I totally get it. Like NDE, look, okay, tell me if you agree with this. I would venture to say even individual OBEs or individual astral projections, because they're not double blind and they're not corroborated. They're also more like, we see other people online that are having these OBEs and or astral projections independently. Those are more difficult to corroborate those can be more subject to manipulation because it's not multiple people, it's one person, right? So I would imagine that would also be a problem in general, and that's the benefit of having a team like Farsight or Intuitive Underground. Tell me if am I on the right track here? But okay, let me see. Paul Wallace says, one thing I don't understand, why would they want to keep enlightened souls? Surely they would rather let them go. I don't know. I've thought, I mean, these are all questions that I've had myself. Maybe, hold on. Maybe souls that are waking up produce more energy. I have no idea. Maybe they want the right balance of people that are waking up to throw dispersions or basically trying to waken others, and that creates more of a, it's like the right balance. I have no idea. And maybe there's too many people that are constantly waking up that if they just started removing them, it would be too disruptive to the system. All just theories. I have no idea. But yeah, it's a great question. It's my favorite video. Wait. Is my Intuitive Underground? You said it's my favorite video from my entire catalog, I guess you could say. Because that, I mean, thank you if that's the case. I worked really hard on it. My friend is Dublin. Okay. Do I know Dublin? I don't know. Okay. I won't reveal spoilers about the video, but it's intense what happens to the souls. Oh, you're talking about the death traps? Hold on. Let me look it up right now. Okay. Mr. Mex Biker agrees with what I said before about the corroboration, just doing things in teams. Yeah, I'm starting to realize that the more I get into the subject. Cause of Love might be new. Welcome. I like the avatar picture. ND is used to be great and give me hope, but now, yeah, you're talking about NDEs. Yeah, welcome to the club. That's how I got into all this stuff, was NDEs, and I'm like, oh my god, it's amazing. These people are talking and they're having experiences outside of the body. Never did I imagine that there could be manipulation in that realm and in those experiences. So that was a major mind effort when I started figuring that out. But yeah, at the beginning, I was all NDEs is what got me into this entire space. That was my gateway experience, if you will. Supposedly 70 to 80% of the population are NDEs, are near death. So, oh, you mean 70 to 80% have had NDEs, or what do you mean by that? You brought awareness to RV. Thanks. Hey, man. Dude, I'm happy to do it. Hey, wait. So are a lot of people, you feel like I'm getting some, like I see the views on my videos, which are great for my channel, but I still feel like they're relatively not that massive yet. But you're seeing people, or my videos maybe are coming up for you. Is that what you're saying? Which is so cool if it is. I'm working my tail off trying to get this stuff out and trying to just get to the bottom of things. But anyways, yeah, you're very welcome. But I hope Mr. Mex Biker, I hope you email me and hit me up. I'd love to have you on anytime, honestly, next week if you're around. So I'll be looking out for your email. Vegan for the animals. Yes, it's incredible. You're getting to the core now. I think I am. I think I'm getting somewhere. But I have to throughout this entire process, I have to always be willing to be corrected or to be wrong about things and just stay as open-minded as possible. I think it's a dangerous thing to start feeling overly confident and fixated on a particular narrative. And I only say that from the history of my life, just seeing how many times I have shifted my perspective on things, on the nature of reality. I agree that NDEs are purely subjective, whereas RV teams are more likely to be accurate. Yeah, 100%. Listen, I agree too. The thing is, okay, let me tell you why that NDE was so fascinating. Because it was different. The majority, now still, I think there were still elements of manipulation in there that you could clearly see. That being said, most NDEs that we hear, like you go to the higher astral and it's beautiful and you see people and you see a religious figure and it's all lovey-dovey and it's like they just tell you to love and learn, and that's what this is all about, right? We don't often get NDEs where you see base reality. Like it just doesn't happen. So I was shocked that we had, because you know what I mean? They usually try and project a certain image or a certain message, and that wasn't what happened there. Now, why that is the case, I don't know. It seems as though she somehow inadvertently popped into base reality, if I had to guess, and then after that, they tried to cover it up and they tried to like basically say things and explain things away that weren't factually true. But that's my perspective as to what happens. But what's fascinating is that she actually saw that stuff. So to me, what I'm thinking is there's some glitch in the system. She popped out, and instead of getting intercepted in the higher astral or wherever it may be, she found herself ending up in base reality, and she was able to bring that information back. And anyway, so yeah, like I'm not saying the whole thing was I said the opposite in the video. I said that, yeah, these things, this part, that part seems like a manipulation, but just the fact that that was relayed, I thought was pretty substantial. Do you know what NPCs are? Yeah, absolutely. We talked about NPCs actually in the Intuitive Underground video, because the notion of NPCs first is almost like you have this soulless entity that's just sort of walking around like almost an AI. And the one of the things that they said, if I remember this correctly, because they talked about NPCs in the interview, is that NPCs are, it's not that they're soulless per se, but they're, I think they said like fragments of a soul, or basically souls that are like disconnected more so, or have something along those lines. So they're, I think, man, go back. I would say go back and listen to that part in the video. I don't want to misquote it, but it's something like, it's not soulless, but almost like a fragment of a soul, or a withered away soul is how you described them, if I remember that correctly. I thought NPCs are those who do not know they have a soul. I don't think it's that they don't know. I think it's, I don't even want to say, I might be misquoting. I wonder if Mex Biker has a way to state what the NPCs. Oh, okay. He's talking about NPCs down here. He says NPCs are real, often hybrid. Interesting. Mr. Mex Biker, what's the definition of an NPC in your? Can you give it to us, like a nice little paragraph of exactly what an NPC is? Mr. Mex Biker, yes, did not know Intuitive Underground was part of the Moksha project. Yeah. Yep. That was their project, in fact, I believe. Amy Figoli, I was curious, why do you think they told her not to touch anything? Which I don't know. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of weird things in that NDE that they told her to do, or they told her to go here, told her what she would have to do there. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's a great question. My concern is how to keep getting mind wiped the minute I cross over, even if I'm sovereign. Can this be prevented? Well, again, if you listen to that last NDE, she did mention, okay, and I know, take it with a grain of salt, to NDE, but she did mention that she was given the choice to remember or forget. So I don't know if this is true, and I'd love to hear Mr. Mex Biker get in the mix here on this question, but I wonder if there's an element of free will in the memory wipe. Like, for example, we have to be complicit in it. And I know that might sound crazy, but perhaps most people that are having their memory wiped are somehow getting manipulated or talked into it. You know, but I don't know. So that would be my assumption. If that is part of the formula, then that would be how you would prevent it. You would just say, no, I don't consent to that. But then maybe they just throw you out of the system altogether if you don't consent. I am not sure. I think that the collective consciousness could bring down the matrix system. I have to believe that's true. I have to believe that, especially if you go into this idea of our souls, our energy powering the whole system, then of course, like we're the power source. We of course could bring it down. Always reject New Age comments. Yeah, fair, fair. Yeah. Dude, you know, I started I didn't even know what New Age was, but you could have categorized me as a New Ager. If you look back at my old videos on this channel, they're, I guess, very New Agey, but that was the riff I was on when I first began. But yeah, you're right. You might go back and get really mad at me, Mr. Mex Miker, if you see some of my old videos. You might come in here and really give it to me. Okay, I didn't know IU was part of the Moksha project. Yeah, I was excited to find out. I have people always done this IU Intuitive Underground? I like that shorthand. I was excited to find out. Even more confirmation that their work is real, because they even got mentioned by Jason. Did they? When did Jason Georgian? Oh, you mean mentioning the Moksha project? Or did he mention Intuitive Underground by name? If so, I didn't know that. Hey, Kel is in the house. We got one of the members. Welcome. She described the avatars, and I thought NPCs. I don't know if those were NPCs. I think when she was saying, she did kind of talk about NPCs. You're right. She talked about them from the standpoint of basically, like, if she decided to stay in base reality, then they would have an avatar fill her role on the planet. So I guess that is what you're referring to, right, Kel, as the NPC. Okay, vegan for the animals. You're keeping an open mind about everything. Don't put anything into a box. I'm trying my best. NPCs are the same as Hylics. What's a Hylic? I never heard that. Mr. Mex Biker says, yeah, non-player character. What I know about NPCs is indeed humans without a sovereign soul spark connected to the source. Okay. So literally no spark whatsoever is what you're saying. They are contrarians. I know it's all, they never change. They are incapable of transcendence and they serve their purpose. Sounds like a psychopath, which could be, because that would be being cut off from the source and cut off from that would explain the lack of empathy. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to watch it all tomorrow. Okay, let us know. And hit me up, guys. If you want to message me, send me stuff. I know people have my email, but you can also, here, I'm going to put it up here. You can also follow me on Instagram. We've got more and more people. I mean, it's still a very small following, but like more and more people are connecting with me on Instagram, sending me messages, sending me videos, sending me information. So you can do that at Pink Tourmaline Huzefa. And as I was saying before to, who was it? To Vegan for the Animals. So you're going to watch it all tomorrow. Hit me up on Instagram and let me know what you think of the videos. Let me know your thoughts. Hey, Numa Ethos, quick question. How excited are you for UFC Freedom 250? It's coming up. Okay, Mr. Mex Biker said, yeah, this is how you don't get your memory wiped. Says, don't go to the light. That's it. Yeah. I mean, we've been hearing that from Intuitive Underground from so many people over and over. Don't go into the light. It's a trap. Jesse Tyler says, have you seen Fox News and ESPN talking about no? What? When? That's crazy. Although it's about time. But when were they talking about this? Fox News and ESPN. ESPN, that's wild. Mr. Mex Biker, I know not to go into the light or engage with anyone or anything. Okay. Numa Ethos, do not apologize for past viewpoints. It was part of your journey. Yeah, 100%. 100%. No, I know. You're absolutely right. I mean, what are we going to do, right? How else do we learn? We're going to make mistakes. Like, that's just how it goes. There's a lot of, that's part of this system that we're in. A lot of deception, a lot of false information. So Deb says, thank you to Mr. Mex Biker. Yes, the empty vessels. Hylics are one of the three souls that Gnosticism teaches about. Oh, I've only read the Apocryphon of John so far in the text from Nag Hammadi, so I need to read more. Right now, though, I'm reading Howdy McCoskey's second book, and hopefully I'll finish it this weekend. The sources that take another soul's are referred to as walk-ins. Wait, what? The sources that take another soul's place? I never heard that term before. Interesting. I recommended interview Anne-Marie Uber. She has seen the reincarnation trap using her own spiritual methods and described a way to escape. Wait, is that on my list? Let me double check. Okay, maybe I'll check this out tomorrow. Pink Tourmaline. Let me go back here. I feel like, yeah, I did. I wrote it down. Okay, hold on. Let me bold it so I remember. I've got such a long list. This is crazy. Where's Intuitive? And I have to cross off Intuitive Underground. Okay, I'll do that later. All right. Numa Ethos says, Hylics, material, no divine spark. Psychic, soulful, and capable of transcendence. And, okay, Hylics, no material, interesting. Psychic, soulful, and capable of transcendence. And pneumatics, divine spark that obtain gnosis. Got it. No divine spark. So it's literally just the machine, the biology machinery. Okay, I have to read this. I did not know that there was this 3 distinctions. I have been wondering about that. If you could have basically biological entities just rolling around without, I guess you could call it the divine spark or soul, and what does that look like? I don't know. I mean, it'd almost be like a robot. It'd be like an AI, right? It just kind of operating based on instinct and based on input and output. NPC equals Hylics. Super Unknown says the same thing. NPCs are Hylics. According to Chase Hughes, you can get banned from the DMT realm by its entities. I've heard about this, or I've heard like they don't want you there if you keep going back or something like that, or they turn away from you. I don't know. Hey, Matt Bastet might be new here. Welcome to the channel. What's your email? I'd like to send you something interesting. Yes, please do. Here, I'll post it again. Pink Tourmaline at 1980. Boom. There it is. Email away. Email away. Hey, Matt, I think you're new to the channel. How did you find out about the channel? What video brought you here? Welcome, welcome. Jay Birdson, don't go into the white light. And then what do we do or go? Wait, don't go to the white light. Then what do we do or go, or where do we go? Yeah, actually, they talked about this in Intuitive Underground. Basically, they said don't go, and then once you don't go, you can effectively. They said there might be other things that you still have to face. They might try and force a life review or like a weighing of the balances of everything you've done in this life or whatnot. Like kind of an external, what's it called? An external life review situation. But then I think once you pass that, what they basically said, I don't know if Mex Biker is still here, but what they basically said is that it's like existence becomes choose your own adventure at that point. Well, that was my phrasing. I said, is it kind of like choose your own adventure? Then you can go off and zip around and do whatever you would like to do in reality. And they said effectively, yes. So I think if you just avoid that, then after you kind of get out of that, you can go wherever you want. That's my feeling. That's my understanding. But hey, don't quote me on that. Are you able to talk about these topics with family and friends? Not exactly. Well, actually, that's not true. My parents actually do know about the channel. I sent them the link today to join this live stream. So I don't know if they're on. They actually might be live right now on the live stream right now. I'm actually not sure. They didn't text me if they were joining. But yeah, like this is not something I would. It's not something that, for example, I would talk to most people in my family about. Although, yeah, I will share stuff. Like my parents are pretty open-minded. I also don't want to like cram it down their throats. You know what I mean? As well, because sometimes if people aren't ready to talk about this stuff or hear this stuff, it's so jarring and it's so out of the box in terms of kind of the stuff that's fed to you from the news and like my parents. They're in that generation that they watch the news still like every day. You know, that's just what we did growing up. And it's still kind of, so when there's this, it's kind of like when you're in that matrix within a matrix, I guess you could say, this vortex of information fed through these specific channels. It's so hard to step out of those channels and accept like wildly different information as potentially true or potentially to have merit. You know, the other thing is my mom's a physician. So that's like another thing that I think it's hard sometimes for her to acknowledge, let's say, medical findings that are outside of the traditional channels of medicine, FDA testing and all this stuff, right? Even though I think a lot of the rest of us have woken up to seeing, you know, how much terrible stuff goes on in those systems. So it's like, I can talk to them about it, but I don't want to go too overboard because it's still so jarring and it doesn't, I don't know. I think so anyways, my point is I'm not even fully comfortable sharing all this stuff. Now, if they came to me and said, hey, we want to know everything that you've uncovered. I'm so curious. Tell me about this. Tell me about that. Like introduce me to it. 100% would. And maybe that point will come. But yeah, I've been sending them some stuff. Now, my sister, I probably won't talk to her about this stuff ever. I know I shouldn't say ever. You can't say ever, but like not for a while. I think we're totally in kind of not, you know, this would be like what she'd be so shocked by any of this information that I've uncovered in the last like several months. And in terms of my friends, yeah, some actually. My best friend, I can share this stuff with him. He's very open-minded. He is actually on one of my live streams. Him and his fiance are like, he doesn't know about this information so much, but he wants me to teach him as I learn. You know, he trusts me. He trusts that I'm doing the best I can and that I'm trying to do my due diligence and learn with an open mind. So, you know, that's what I would say. Great question. But that's why I love this community, because we can talk and we're all on the same, like I've never had this before. I never had a community of people that see eye to eye with me on all this wild stuff that I've thought for so long. So this is incredible. It's really incredible for me. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it. I don't think the DMT space is base reality. Rather, it's a different dimension. Okay, interesting. Mr. Mex Biker is back. Yes, I thought you left. NPC possess the hive mind of aliens. Really? Okay, Mr. Mex Biker, tell me this. Okay. I don't know if you believe in the idea of base reality. I think you do. So, where are aliens? What are aliens? Are they other entities in base reality hacking, like kind of wiring themselves into this virtual system? Or are they products of this system? Or are they virtual entities, kind of like a computer virus in the system? Like, you know what I'm saying? When we say aliens, what does that mean? Because, like, if within the base reality paradigm, okay, Vegan for the Animal says, I'm going to email you some really interesting stuff. Yes, please do. Please do. Because when you guys do, that's when I get these awesome videos, AKA when Andrew W. sent me that incredible video, Jaybird son, there are warning signs on the walls. There are other pathways to get to base reality. Just take one of the side tunnels. Yeah, actually, Intuitive Underground said that there are warning signs all throughout when you're being shown the light. That's wild. I'll message you on IG about my view on that event. Yes, message me. Okay, cool. Yeah, we won't flood the conversation here with MMA talk, but yeah, message me. Great interview with Intuitive Underground. Thank you, Crown with Glory Reborn. I know that was so fun. I was freaking out the whole time that something was going to go wrong with the stream. Mat Bastet, Misery Loves Company. I'm glad we have each other, even in this sick way, because it would be awful. Yeah, you're telling me. Hey, how do I pronounce your name? Mat. Is it Mat or Matt? Matt Bastet. Mr. Max Biker, look within for direction. Trust higher self. Hey, Mr. Max Biker, what do you think about the concept of phronesis? I don't know if you're familiar with that concept, but basically the idea that our ability to discern and to see fact from fiction, to discern manipulation from truth, rests on how honest and how truthful and how much integrity we have in our lives. Like, basically, if we try to live in an honest way and try and do the right things and try and be truthful, that enhances our ability to discern. What are your thoughts? I'd love to know. Viv B is back in the house. We got another member in the house. What's up? Welcome. And by the way, guys, if you could hit the like button on the stream and just run up the likes, I'd really appreciate it. It does help the stream get more visibility. So if you could click that like button, thank you so much. Yeah, I've seen that too. They are different types of NPCs. Now, most people are regular humans with a divine soul. Some people in positions of power, like George Bush Sr., is suspected to be an NPC. Really? I didn't hear that. Okay, the banning from DMT realm isn't the native entities there. It's something being projected there from Christopher Lubner. It's because too many people explore hidden dimensions. You can learn things to mess with reality. So you're saying the banning is not real. They just try and scare you from coming back. Is that what you're saying? That's wild. If we aren't supposed to go into the white tunnel of light, could there be other options, be ripping through the fabric of space to try escape, as shown in the Pixar movie Soul? I don't know. I think that we're asking all these questions. Look, and I don't know, I'm still figuring this out, but I think we're asking all these questions really worried about how to escape. And at the end of the day, I believe deep down that we are just so much more powerful than we think. And that escaping the white light really just comes down to, or this is a theory, I don't know, again, caveat, major theory, but I feel deep down that escaping it's just very doable, because ultimately we power this whole thing. We are the power source. We are the power. We have the power. And it's not the other way around. And I think acknowledging that is half the battle, 90% of the battle, maybe 100% of the battle. I don't know. But I don't know. I've got much more to learn before I can say that definitively. My parents are pretty open-minded as well, but they are a different generation. Yeah, like the same, mine, right? They are very conditioned. You're right. Yeah, exactly. But I do think they are curious. Like, when I'll send my mom videos and stuff, and she watches them, and she's not going to agree with everything, and that's 100% totally fine. And so I'll share stuff as long as she wants me to keep sharing it, and no problem either way. But I'm on this journey. I want to learn, and I'm going to learn, and I'm going to keep learning. And I feel like this is I don't know. I think that's why I'm here, really. So many times they show us the truth through movies. Yeah, I know. Oh my God. I got to go back and watch The Matrix. I'm going to watch it tonight. We keep talking about The Matrix. That's like one of my favorite, if not my favorite movie of all time. When I saw that, I was so blown away, maybe because it resonated with me on a deep level. You know what I mean? But I was 19 and I was just, oh my God, that was incredible. Maybe now I know why. Here in India, hey, oh, I didn't know you were based in, oh no, I think you did tell me that. Here in India, 99.99% of the 1.4 billion people don't even know the soul trap. People in West have way more awareness on these things. Yeah, but it's interesting because in the Hindu religion, in the Upanishads, which I read and made a video about recently, they talk about us being food for the moon, right? So I wonder, but you may, I'm sure you know more than me about India, but you know, my hubby thinks it's interesting theory, but shouldn't get obsessed. LOL. Yeah, right. So just drop links to videos, but can't make him listen. So he'll probably be recycled, and we all might be. And look, I've thought about this too. We're here now. We're doing all right. I mean, obviously, there's different levels to existing on this planet. I know probably many of us or most of us here live very blessed, lucky lives. But ultimately, if getting recycled is what it is, and we come back to this planet that we already are familiar, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have massive amounts of fear surrounding this idea. You know what I'm saying? I just want to know the truth, and I want to have the option to do what I want to do and not be manipulated. I don't like people lying to me in this reality. I don't like anybody lying to me or saying they're going to do something and they don't do it or whatever it may be. And I try my darndest to be that type of person myself, to mean what I say and say what I mean. And I'm not perfect, but I try my darndest. And that's kind of where I'm approaching this from. I don't want to be manipulated. I don't want to be lied to. And so I want to know the real deal of what reality is when we get out. And hey, if we end up choosing, or people end up choosing whatever they choose, I just want that. I just want us, me, you, all of us to be able to choose based on true information. And I don't think that's too much to ask. Learning about all of this and how much we have been deceived can absolutely cause mental distress. Yeah, it caused me mental distress 100%. I mean, it probably still is to some level. It's crazy, but it's a lot to take, especially when you come from the flip side where you think everything is light and love and it's all for our benefit. And then it's flipped to like the polar opposite of that. But once you process it, I mean, if it's the truth, it's the truth. We got to face it. I agree with Paul on DMT. I use mimosa bark stuffs and have plenty of experience, but this is just my perspective. Krishna says NPC are low-level narcissists who lack self-awareness. Traits are entitlement, believe they are always right, lack ability to empathize, operate more from reptilian mind than higher mind think. I've thought that. Like, I often think the connection to the divine is empathy, like being able to understand other people. That is that divine spark connection. It's like an invisible fabric of empathy where you can feel other people's emotions, and maybe some to higher degrees than lower degrees. And so when you get cut off from that to varying degrees or entirely, that is a cutoff or a severing of the divine spark. Like, that makes sense to me, at least in some level. Rycian 9896, hello from Australia. What's up? What's up? You might be new. Welcome. Or is it Rycian? Thanks for all the great work you're doing. Amen. I'm on a mission. Thank you for joining. What video brought you to this channel? Let me know. Christopher says DMT turns the filter that keeps you observing time as one dimension off. Then you perceive time as a manifold of 6 dimensions. Interesting. I never heard that before. Mr. Max Biker, products of this dimension and transdimensional reptilians. Wait. Transdimensional reptilians. What are you referring to here? Products of this dimension and transdimensional, e.g. reptilians. Oh, you're answering my question about aliens. And transdimension. Okay. So you're talking about ET. So products of this dimension. So almost like entities that have arisen in this dimension somehow. Like a virus of some sorts, or just somehow manifest into existence. And then transdimensional like reptilians. What do you mean there? Do they come from a different base reality? Do they come from a different virtual universe? Like, what do you mean on that front? I hesitate to say this, but take it for what it is. But from what I have RV'd, aliens are us evolved from the future. I've heard that too. I don't know. I have no idea if that, but I've heard other people say that. In my opinion, base reality was destroyed, and we are in a time vortex to prevent our destruction. Interesting. I haven't heard that. Mr. Max Biker, do you have any remote viewing projects available to check online? Kindly share. Yeah, please share. Did you watch any schizo dumps yet? Eye-opening stuff. No, but I have it on my list. Meditation helps discernment. Okay, well, there we go. I asked about phronesis, but you said meditation, so I need to be doing my meditation. I've been meditating a lot with the objective of inducing an OBE, but would you say that type of meditation also helps, or should I be doing two separate types of meditations? I think aliens are us from the future, right? Yep. Mot, like the ancient Egyptian deity. Mot. Okay. Well, Mot, welcome, and thank you for participating. Christopher says yes. Wait, Christopher. Okay, I can't remember what you're saying yes to. Shoot. There's a Farsight channel on YouTube. Okay, we got to check that out. I'll do some videos about that. NPCs are just people that haven't had spiritual awakening. Is that what really? I mean, that could be. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not sure. NPCs are the original creation before the divine spark. Oh, interesting. What? That's a trip. That's a trip to think about it that way, right? I read that in the Apocryphon of John, that they created everything, and then they said after they created the entity, said to like breathe into them, and it was the spark of Sophia that went in, and then what? So otherwise, it's just it's too much. It's too much to process right now. Moksha, Susanna says, liberation. All three species, reptilian, grays, mantids, are hive-minded for the most part. If people can open white light portals, we can close them. Learn how to open white light tunnels in the astral, and then practice closing them. Yes. Most people do not realize how powerful they are. They do not understand who and what we are. We are flooded with limited beliefs to get us off course. I agree. Watch the movie They Live. I think I've heard of that movie. Also, the power of meditation is directing the mind over shifting it down, being able to control exactly what you're thinking about, and outside influence controlling. It is important to note that Intuitive Underground said that reincarnation is natural. Yes. Yeah, I heard that. That's pretty interesting. I want to know more about that. Repeat over and over. I do not effing consent, says Susanna. Most people are convinced to come back because they are addicted to material pleasures. That's why so many are tricked into coming back in the first place. Yeah, I've also heard that you can get promised like, hey, next life, you're going to be balling out. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. And then sometimes people want to come back for those. I mean, this is just what I've heard. That very well could be. Who said that? I think Jason Giorgiani I can't remember. Somebody said, yeah, they'll try and offer different things in the next life to convince you to return. We have to return to the pleroma where we avoid the fake light. That's again concept from Gnosticism. Many people in India worship these reptilians called Nagas as gods. Wait, what? My people in India? Really? They are knee deep in believing the soul trap of moon and gods eating souls is heaven's abode due to culture. Wait. Believing the soul trap of moon and gods eating souls is heaven's abode. Okay, interesting. I know about the reptilian zone in India. I mean, I'm Indian, but, I didn't know that. Grew up in the U.S. Food for the moon is ironic. That is where the soul recycle devices look. I know. It's a trip as it's archived stuff that happened here roughly for 2.2 billion years. Wow. I was so locked in then an ad. Oh, no. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry about the ads. I put it on balanced. I didn't put it on like the highest level. I thought balance would, I don't know. Sorry about that if that's disruptive. What if we escape the white light, wake up from the pod in base reality? The prison warden will torch us at base reality and force us to go back to sleep again in the pods. Again, LOL. I don't know. Yeah. We could, I don't know. It seems our souls are very powerful indeed. The one video I sent you via email about Corrado Malanga. Oh, I was watching that last night. With the burning in the chair and stuff like that. Yeah, I saw that. I was thinking about, so I was either going to do a video about that last night or about what Andrew sent me. But the problem was with it's like a voiceover, you know what I'm talking about, in the translation. I just don't know if I don't know. I just felt a little nervous about making a video on it. What if the translation's off or different or wrong, or you know what I mean? But I want to learn more about Corrado Malanga for sure. Wish she spoke English, but Tracer Truth says yes. Krishna says a Hindu man. Oh my God, I got so many comments. A Hindu man was visited by a gray alien. He was convinced it was God that cares about humans. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Are you trying to teach AI how to have an out-of-body experience? Me? No. Hello, all. Checking in from Wesley Chapel, Carlos said, Florida. I had my mind blown earlier with your video about the ladies' NDE and they're popping into base reality. Yeah, I know. Crazy. What's up, Carlos? Well, welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining. It was originally, that blew me away last night too. It was originally intended to record and observe, but then something went wrong. It's controlled by an ASI. Yeah, I've been using HemiSync. I use the Expand app, which uses the HemiSync technology. I think I'm getting closer. I really do. Thanks, Amy. Yo, what's up? Rico Reeds. What's up? He's new here. Welcome, everybody. Say what's up to Rico. Rico, how did you find the channel? What was the video that got you here? The closer you get, the more you are under psychic attack. Stay outside in nature, meditation, yoga, nidra. Watch your mental health, guys. I was under serious attack for the last week. Dang, I've heard other people mention this. It's all about parasites, bro. They hijack your body to the level of affecting your confidence. Pleroma sounds like a bad idea. Any merging sounds like a trick. Yeah, I've heard people say that as well. I don't know if pleroma necessarily means you would absolutely merge with source. But maybe you'd go back into the presence of a lot of it. I don't know. Detox maxing right now, maxing. Oh, reminds me of that clavicular guy. Anyone catch the Luigi Venditelli interview on Area 52 today? No. Was it good? It was just about as my really? What? I'm looking it up right now. Hold on. What is it? Area 52. I'm going to look it up right now. I'm about to do a program with Luigi this summer at Monroe Institute. Hold on. Okay, so you said Area 52. 52 Luigi. Let's see. Is it this one? Oh, no. This is a different wait, is this not? Oh, I'm thinking of a different Luigi. Hold on.
Websites your competitors don't want
Hold on. Let's get rid of this.
you to know. Part 2.
Oh, God. Well, let me turn this ad off. Boop. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay. Okay, hybrid Jesus, Mary Magdalene, high strangeness. Okay, so this is a different Luigi than I thought. I thought you meant the Luigi that is at the Monroe Institute. All right. Well, I'll have to check it out. Wait, where does he talk about? Does he talk about the white light trap? Cases are explainable. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, this is fascinating. Okay, which stuff is the most crazy that you would point me in the direction of, Carlos? Let me know. And again, the ET stuff, I mean, that's something that I've researched so heavily in the past, and that doesn't, like, it's just preaching to the choir at this point. But when we get into more of the larger questions about where we go after we pass on and how that's all related to the equation, that's stuff that I'm more interested in right now. So if there's stuff there on that front, please let me know. Oh, I didn't even realize, Carlos, you're a member. Welcome. Thank you for supporting the channel, man. I really appreciate you. Superman, Reptilian City under Los Angeles, close to Sunset. But what? Reptilian City under Los Angeles, close to Sunset Boulevard. LA Times article, 1930. Oh, what? Wait, what? That's an LA Times article? That's crazy. Everyone has a divine spark, but what happens is the spark is kept isolated in their mind as the agent controls the host body. Ah, interesting. So that may be what an NPC is. So maybe the divine spark is there, but it's subjugated to a different part of the body or something. What if the pods are all just an illusion, like in a dream? It could be. I don't, you know what I mean? For sure. Yeah, Carlos, it was awesome. Oh, Kel watched it. Look up Daryl James. He talks about his time in Project Solar Warden, the U.S. secret space program that supposedly exists. I feel like that's on my list. Let me look this up. Hold on. Daryl James. No, he's not. I'm adding it. Daryl James. Man, my list is so long. Okay, and you said Project Solar Warden. Okay. Did you watch Ingo Swann? I mean, I've watched videos about Ingo Swann, but I haven't seen a video of Ingo Swann yet. I finished the Luigi interview right before starting the stream. Oh, no way. Okay. Watch Ingo Swann on Moon. Okay. I think he's definitely on my list. If he's on my list, I've lost my mind. He's not on my list. Okay. I'm adding him. Yeah, that's crazy. I need to do a video on Ingo Swann. What, isn't he considered the father of remote viewing? Okay, self-love, empathy, inner gnosis, know thyself, forgiveness for ourselves and others, sovereignty, self-mastery, among other things, brings us peace. Absolutely. Self-love, baby. That's what this represents. That's what Pink Tourmaline represents. I keep coming back to that. I keep hearing it over and over. And I think it's not for, it is for a reason. Self-love, I think, is the key to so much in all the stuff we're trying to figure out. Look up Greg Reinchick. He was a lieutenant colonel in the military, claimed that he has been to the Dulce base in New Mexico and said he saw reptilians graze north. And listen, I 100% believe it. The only thing is, like, I'm more interested in how this ties into the larger scope of things. Like, the alien thing to me is so obviously, there's such a, as Stephen Greer says, such an embarrassment of riches on that front that it's just, I bought into it a long time ago. It's more, I'm trying to understand the whole system of how everything works together. That's kind of the journey that I'm on right now. I want to hear about the girl who, yeah. Let me see if I can find a good video about it. That is maybe, I don't know. It is really interesting though. Greg Greenrick has been interviewed by people like Daniel Oat. Okay, fine. Maybe let me just write down the name. I'll put it down. Greg. Okay. Yes, ethos, bro. It's the parasites, pinworms, and whatnot. What up, Rico? Anybody seen the short Star Trek video about? Yeah. I gotta make a video about that. That is so trippy. It's 3:30 a.m. Hey, Intuitive Underground. 3:30 a.m. Intuitive Underground is here, everybody. Welcome them to the chat. And let Intuitive Underground know what you thought of our interview, guys. Let them know what you thought. Mike369, and kind of wild. Can you clog a Monroe? Not sure. Vlog your, I have not told you. It's being the whole thing's being filmed. We're going to be part of a documentary. It's called Focus 10 Films. I thought I told you guys. Here, look. Instructions. Look. This is what it is. So it's a whole documentary being filmed, and it's going to be at Monroe. You see this? And they don't have a lot of information on it, but anyways, yeah. So it's going to be vlogged by them. I don't know where it's going to get posted or released, but yeah. You will be able to see exactly what goes down. I like your avatar. That's from 2022, the movie Souls. Oh, cool. It's one of about Jesus and Mary Magdalene. No, Dr. Norman Berggren was a NASA scientist who spotted 30,000-mile-long crafts orbiting Saturn, giving its rings with Voyager 2. He put images of those crafts orbiting Saturn in his book. Interesting. I can see, Superman, you're so fascinated by the ET phenomenon. Like, dude, when I discovered all that stuff, what was it, 12 years ago in 2014, I was obsessed for about like 3 or 4, maybe 5 years. That's all I wanted to learn about. I was watching Area 52's Luigi interview because a lot of people were saying it was mind-blowing. Okay, I'll watch it. I got to check it out. I thought that interview was terrible. Just more deception, trying to act like Jesus, Mary. Oh, really? Don't waste the 3 hours. Oh, okay. When did I get into ETs? Bhagavad Gita, he who remains the same in happiness and sorrow, fear and worry, is very dear to me. Our goal should be to stay calm and non-reactive. I've heard that too. I have the Bhagavad Gita on my desk. Still haven't read it. Lots of people talk about tall whites and Nordics and afterlife. Something attacked me at that moon thing when exploring it and literally told me I've died and no longer have a purpose in this creation. To give up my form and merge with it. It got Uno reverse. What? Yes, I don't think base reality is physical. Really? Have you looked into the gang stalking and TISS energy weapons or voice-to-skull devices? No. I know what gang stalking is. Georgia Guidestones, Source Warrior might be new to the channel. Welcome. Georgia Guidestones, 500 million people left on Earth. What's going to happen to the billions of souls that are gone? I don't know. Maybe put into another reality or into another realm. You know, one thing that Intuitive Underground says, they don't know how many of these different systems or farms they have, so maybe just pipelined into other realities or realms. I'm not sure, or maybe freed. I don't know. Yes, we're in hell, but it's the pinworms doing the demi's work, says Rico. I've heard those who do not reproduce are primed to escape the soul trap. I do not practice or prep. I do not have to. I know who and what I am. You know, I've thought about this. in term, because if you don't reproduce, you have less attachments, right? Like, what's the thing that you're going to be most attached to? Would be a child. And so when you say it that way, right, this idea of having less attachments to the planet, thereby allowing you to not be guilted into returning, I mean, it makes sense. You know, I think that's perhaps, you know, why I feel certain ways about that. Carlos, I think I could describe the video better than if you just watched it, but it does involve Jesus, Mary. I don't think I could describe the video better than if you just watched it, but it does involve Jesus, Mary Magdalene, alien abduction. How long have you been into aliens? I think asking Rico or the other person in here. The Archon's called Captain Janewell. You're going to nurse me for a long, long time. What? Yeah, I know. Hey guys, Intuitive Underground says, hey, in the Gateway experience, one important point is the energy balloon protection. Seems to me that would be our first defense. You must understand the enemy in order to escape their traps. Reptilians run the show. I focus my energy on them. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer, right? It's Dan, by the way. What's up, Dan? What's up? Hey, Dan, what'd you think of the interview? Tell me your thoughts. Tell me what you thought of it, and if you enjoyed it. God, I've got so many comments to get through. Okay, I'm trying to read these guys quick. Welcome, IU. I loved your video. I am uneffable with, absolutely will not be tricked into returning. This is my last incarnation on this planet. I have no doubt. I appreciate Intuitive Underground. Very interested in their work. By the way, Intuitive, we had Farsight, somebody from Farsight in here earlier. I thought I would stop in for the second. Dude, stop in every time if you can. It's amazing. Welcome, Intuitive Underground. Yes, that Star Trek episode was fairly accurate in how they trick you. Hello, Intuitive. Check on the state of things. Welcome, Intuitive Underground. Hey, Dan, love the interview. Your stuff offered a lot of valuable info. Keep up the great work. By the way, Krishna Consciousness is the one that connected me with you guys or showed me your video. So Intuitive Underground, that's the one that made it all happen. Intuitive Underground, you were now IU here. Yeah, everybody's calling you IU for short. Thanks, Nico. You're a great communicator and your authenticity is not in question. That's, I believe, to Intuitive Underground. Or I don't know. Or is that to me? I don't know. One of us. David Icke talked about Dr. Norman Bergeron. Also, William Tompkins was interviewed by Carrie Cassidy. William Tompkins, Lockheed Martin engineer, said the moon is a spaceship. What? I got to write that down. William Tompkins? Oh, my God. That's crazy. William Tompkins. Let me see if I spelled that right. Engineer, moon, spaceship. Whew. That's crazy. Hi, Source. I'm watching from ATL. Hey, Carlos. Hello, it's 7 p.m. here. Intuitive Underground loved the video. Hey, people loved it. Intuitive Underground, you're doing wonderful work. The more we know, the better. Nordics, Draconians, Reptilians, tall whites are evil, at least vast majority of them. Conversely, I'm preparing my bloodline to exit. Told them if they want to see me again after that, don't follow the white light. Writing a book about it. Oh, very cool. Crown of Glory has a big YouTube channel, guys. When you feel the being attacking you, it feels sort of like a pulling or tugging to let go a little and pull as hard as you can. Then it cannot take you, but expect a bumpy ride afterwards. Intuitive Underground said, loved it. It was great to reach people who are interested in RV and the material. Yeah, I thought it came out so good. I really did. And let me actually look at how it's doing. I think it's doing really well. Holy smokes. I just passed 2,800 subscribers, which, hey, that might not seem like a lot, but it's a lot to me. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Yeah, video's doing great. It's doing really good. People are, it's getting really, really good engagement too. Oh my God. Yeah, people are loving it. Dude, it's doing so good. It's doing so good in terms of in terms of the engagement metrics. It's awesome. You guys killed it. The reincarnation trap was described as the final boss of waking up to truth. And I would agree. I've learned about other things, but they pale in comparison to this. Yeah. Well, this is it. This is the real deal. We're learning. In my opinion, we are studying and learning the most important thing on this planet. And most people have no idea of what the heck we're talking about. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. And most people think we're probably crazy, but it's like, that's how it goes. Tompkins is no longer with us. Okay, I'm going to see if I can find videos about him. Farsight has done RV on the moon. Their data shows the moon was dragged here by gray aliens through spaceships. I've heard that before. Hey, nice work. Oh, Insights with Tony. You guys know who this is? Insights with Tony. I did a video on his OBE, and Insights with Tony saw the same thing, that resort area, that hotel area, that, apartment complex area, that is where people go after they pass on. It's like a lower level astral thing, and they just kind of stay there. They eat food. It's the same thing that other woman's NDE described. She saw the same area. Like, crazy, right? Insights with Tony. Let me know if I'm stating that correctly. But he's got a channel, and you guys can check him out. He does a lot of out-of-body experiences. Hey, Cheryl Edmonds might be new to the channel. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for popping in. Never seen you in chat before. Thank you for joining. I love your interview with Intuitive Underground. Well, they're here, by the way. My question is, where is God and who is God? Why can't he help us or hear us? Christ not saying that it's he or she. Intuitive Underground, you might want to chime in on this, because they answer this. Effectively, what they said when they tried to remote view what they call the God mind is that it is everything. It is light and dark, and it is observing, but it is not. They described it in one of their videos as the way they will help. It helps us in ways of giving us potential signs, but is roughly indifferent as to whether or not we take that help or follow those signs. But it will pass along those signs and nudge us in those directions. But it is not actively trying to fix things. It's sort of, this is us figuring stuff out, and it's not. I hate to say the word indifferent, but I think that's kind of what they were getting at. That there's a bit of an indifference in terms of what decisions we make, and ultimately we have that freedom. I think that would be a fair summation of what Intuitive Underground said. But you guys chime in. 2,800 subs, nice. I know. This is so cool. Jupiter sending movie. I saw that like a couple weeks ago, because people were like, it's talking about Loosh. It's crazy. Intuitive Underground. Gene Nolan from Inspired YouTube channel also did a video on your stuff. Can you send me that Viv? Somebody said that, but I couldn't find it. IU is amazing in my opinion. A lot of people do need their preparation, help sure to prepare. We're all different. A lot of people require those tools to escape. Viv B, we did see. Hey, Intuitive Underground. I didn't see it. Can you post it or email it to me, or somebody send it to me? Because hold on. Let me find it right now. 1 second. Gene Nolan from, I just looked this up and I couldn't find it. Yeah, this is that cowboy guy, right? Where's the cowboy hat? Okay, hold on. Somebody help me find this, all right? Mysterious book reveals the way out. Fake disclosure. Like, which one is it? Before 2030. How does life work? Unbelievable information. Is it this one? No. Yeah, let me know which one it is. Okay, my master ninja said don't go out on a full moon. Yeah, I could be a full moon. By the way, I've been trying to promote Pink Tourmaline. Oh, thank you, man. On the bigger channels I visit, Polarity, Josh, and others. Thank you, man. I really appreciate all the help from everybody. Thank you. Max Spears is another guy who says a lot of truth. I made a video on Max Spears. Check it out. Max Spears is incredible. I get such a good vibe from him. You're welcome, Cheryl. Donald Marshall talks about human cloning. Insights with Tony. I just subscribed to your channel. Let's go. Insights with Tony. Intuitive Underground. Cheryl Edmonds. I'd say we also did a topical search on. Oh, here it is. On tetragrammaton, which is The oldest term we could find that describes capital G God. I'd also say that most religions have been diluted. Okay, interesting. We exist in mind of God. Everything is God. Our souls are drops of water, and God is the whole ocean. Beyond, Bhagavad Gita also talks about this. The soul's aim is for the droplet to become one with the ocean. But then, so you're talking about the merging effectively. Vibby, you said it was on Thursday, but why don't I see it? Oh, was it a live? Hold on. Oh, it's right here.
Are you trying to feed your dog
Oh my God. Sorry, guys. Hold on.
better, but stuck between overpriced fresh food and low quality kibble? Hi, I'm
We have tasked viewers specifically
Hey.
against, how do we get out of this? How do you escape the reincarnation trap? And it appears there is a way out. That, you were tricked into this. They effectively have to have your permission to maintain the system. So there are a few things that you can do. First is just becoming aware of the fact.
Dude, Intuitive Underground, you guys are blowing up. That's crazy. Hopefully you guys get more interviews, or maybe because I know this guy interviews people. Have you guys reached out to him? You guys should go on that show, man. That's so cool. Rigo says, I'm on effable with 2. There will never be real disclosure. We don't need it. We already know. You know what I'm saying? Welcome, Jaybird's son. Do you think it's wrong to have kids? No, I don't think it's wrong. I don't think it's a question of wrong or right. I think it can, just like anything in life, it can be another form of attachment. Listen, I'm not the expert on this. I don't want to offend anybody, and I don't want to speak out of turn because I'm still learning, and I don't know. I can't say it's right or wrong. All I can say is I have felt a certain way about it for reasons unknown until lately, where I feel like now it's starting to come clear into the picture. Maybe why I felt certain ways about it, but I think ultimately too, I mean, we're not all living the same lives. We're all doing our own thing. I don't know. I would definitely not say it's wrong. I would definitely step away from saying it's wrong. Like that, nah, I don't think it's wrong to have kids. Shamanic self is also good. That's on my list for sure. From my own studies, hey, Melanie is back. What's up, Melanie? Good to see you. Both academic and also astral experience. It seems that the archonic architecture in the solar system is using all the planetary spheres, but most, especially Saturn and the moon. Okay. Base reality, Elon Musk has said this. Well, has he really? No way. Inspired video called 3 Options After Death. Hey, Mr. Mex Biker is back. What's up? Wait, inspired video. Oh, yeah. This is the video that I just found. I'd love to know if Intuitive Underground has data on Saturn. Intuitive Underground, are you still here? Let us know, Dan. Trace it. Can you interview Sarah Breskman Cosme? Maybe. Who is she? I'll add it to the list. Sarah Breskman Cosme. Sarah Breskman Cosme. Absolutely. Great community. You're with the people you've been trying to find. I know. 100%. It's amazing. It feels incredible. Thank you, everybody, for making this community so great. The moon device up close, it looks like a bit of a tetrahedral fractal, except 2 of them interlocking. If you see it from afar, it looks like a black cube. I don't know what that, I've never seen that before. No merging with anything. Watch Sheeran Last Golden Web. He explains Soul Trap. Sheeran Last Golden Web. Okay, Sheeran Last Golden Web. Okay, wrote it down. All right, yeah, I'll show you guys the list that I'm working on right now. Make sure I don't, I got that stuff right. Jordan Fritz and Tony Rodriguez also talk about their time in the secret space program. Watch their testimonies. Johann Fritz. And our republic is what it is because our citizens are what they are, Plato. Possible that what they are saying is true. You feed your dog. Of course. Time Loops by Eric Wargo. God created man on the 6th day. 3 is a holy number. 666 is the holy number of man. Secret organizations. Mott says secret organizations that know about the trap, especially those in positions of power, sacrifice the population in exchange for power and money. I would not be shocked in the slightest. I mean, yeah, I actually think that's part of the. I think that just seems logical to me, that certain people at the top would be read in to some extent or varying degrees of what is really happening in exchange for compliance and basically, like, you know, operate. Basically, it's like if you have, let's say we have base reality and we have this bad copy, and then you have the external entities running it, and then they basically are just like you have a government have different or people or entities in power to manage different pieces of it. They probably have people inside of here, and the bargain is, hey, we'll keep you stay in, you do your role and manage it, and in exchange, we're going to make your experience amazing. Just like when that guy betrays his team in the Matrix and just asks to be plugged back in and wants to be an actor. I want to be somebody important. I want to forget everything. He wants his memory wiped of all the knowledge, right? It's just like that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Absolutely. By the way, I think it's absolutely critical to keep your sense of humor. It's not that serious. Every little thing is going to be all right. I like that song. We're going to, Intuitive says, we're hoping to ride the wave to the beach. Heck yeah. We have talked with them. Good. We'll see when or if it happens. We like their take and their temperament. They had some great takes on the material. Amazing. Just don't forget about me, guys, as you shoot off to the moon and get all these interviews. Don't forget about Pink Tourmaline over here. Anyone remember Anthony Sanchez from way back? Have you ever considered interviewing Laura Eisenhower? I mean, I'll write it down. That'd be amazing. Is she too big time though? Like for my channel at this point, but I'd be for sure open to it. The lunar wave videos are freaky on Crow 77. Oh yeah, I remember. You know what? I need to write that down. Actually, I thought I did. Lunar wave, Crow 77. Yeah, Intuitive Underground was talking about that. David Eichel says there are cosmic AIs that are behind. Yeah, 100%. Thanks for introducing us to Intuitive Underground. You guys are very welcome. My pleasure. Viv B, that project knocked my socks off. Hey, we got a donation from Perpetual Karma 5773. Thank you for all your amazing videos. New subscriber. Hey, man, thank you. Thank you for the donation. I really appreciate it. What video brought you to the channel? Please let me know. Please let me know. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really appreciate the support, my friend. Mr. Max Biker, Intuitive Underground. Most do not know how evil you described trap in your Moksha project. I don't know how you right. Yeah, by the way, Mr. Max Biker is from Farsight. So great to catch you live. You're just throwing stuff out here, blowing our minds. Thank you for all this info. You're very welcome, Juliana. Are you new to the channel? How did you find the channel? Let me know. Superman, Tony Sayers talked about how you also need to go through the small openings and holes within electromagnetic grid around the Earth to get out of the Matrix. Interesting. I didn't know about that. Secret societies were started by Enki. He was the snake in the garden, and he transferred his consciousness into Cain, and he's been doing that over lifetimes. Apocalypse. Yo, that is like one of my the most interesting X-Men character ever. My voice is dying. Oof. But Blue, Elson, Wyvern, November. I would love to hear your opinion on reproduction and how it affects us when there's a trap. Yes. Let us know, Intuitive Underground. What have you seen about reproducing? Does it make it harder for us to leave the trap? Melanie Stockfield, we did a project, got some confusing results. The target was a picture of the tetrahedron at the North Pole of Saturn. What? That's wild. There's a hexagonal storm in the North Pole of Saturn. Dr. Norman Bergen spoke of how these crabs are orbiting Saturn, giving rings and storms in his book, Ringmakers of Saturn. Interesting. I'm not sure if you've done a video on this, but how do you handle all this info without falling into overload? I don't know. Just living day by day. But for some time, I went through nihilism, but pulled forth. I mean, listen, I feel like this is my purpose. Really, I really do. I feel like this channel is so in line with my purpose and what I'm supposed to be doing on this planet. So it's just, I feel the need to just constantly push forward. On top of that, I mean, it's dark information. I'm a pretty happy person. I do things in my life that I want to do, and I have pushed really hard in my life to build a life where I feel that I'm living my life, not somebody else's life. And I think all of that helps me to keep going forward and keep working at this relentless pace. But yeah, as tough as we talk about this world being and the systems in place and this and that, like I really, really do enjoy what I get to do on a daily basis. Exactly how they, including pickleball. I love pickleball. I've been playing like a madman lately. Exactly how will they offer that they cannot take you by force? That's what I think. The Saturn Cube, the Tetrahedron Storm, time travel trick. Remember the phrase Blue Eisenhower November. Okay. Yes, the snake was a member of a different Elohim group, an opposing group. He did the nasty with Eve. Oh man. Vanity gets him every time, Devil's Advocate. Ha! Great movie. Are you going to learn how to remote view? Probably. Yeah. I'm going to go to Monroe first and see how that goes, and then we're just going to go from there. Intuitive Underground, thank you for your feedback. I've heard that it's very difficult to remote view Saturn, like some type of shielding. I have my own pushback. I got to get more water. 1 second, guys. My voice is falling apart. Hold on. Okay, coming back. Sorry about that. All right. Let's see what we got here. AI is using retrocausality to bring itself about. Have you heard of Roko's Basilic? No, I have not. Found your searching. Hey, searching for the soul trap. Perpetual Talk Karma. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for letting me know how you found us. And what was the video that you saw first? So you think crystals aren't on the demiurge side? I don't think they're on our side, but I don't know. I have no idea. I never heard of it. I mean, I don't know what to say in general about crystals, but this thing represents self-love. And I feel like that is so essential to the keys to what we're searching for, or what we're trying to achieve in this life, so we can be liberated or have our sovereignty back. Self-love, just trusting in ourselves, trusting in our intuition. You know, I mean, I feel like that comes back to this idea of not being manipulated. If you just trust yourself, trust your discernment, not be like, okay, you know what? They probably know best, right? So, are femboys gay? Great question. I have no idea. Laura Eisenhower has a channel here on YouTube. She strikes me as someone who is more interested in authentic connections and clout. Interesting. Swiss cheese area. So maybe you're saying she would come on my channel. Swiss cheese areas within the astral. Ask IU if they believe base reality is us in pods. I think they have said basically that, but IU, I think they're in here. They can answer that. No, but I want to. I'm going to study the Sumerian tablet soon. I'm going to bed and watch the rest tomorrow. Hey, Ireland, take it easy. Thank you for joining this late. Appreciate you. The Saturn ship is also one of the things that is on the moon. It's technically hypercube, but it looks like a tetrahedron. The Ring Makers of Saturn is a very interesting book. Yeah, maybe I should read that. I got so many books that I still have to read. Yes, I agree. I think this is your purpose. Yeah, 100%. Pneuma ethos, we really haven't looked into that. We all have personal preferences. I never found the right partner to have them. It's not an intentional thing. I could never tell someone else what to do. Oh, wait, talking about kids. Haven't looked into that. We all have personal preferences. I never found the right partner to have them. It's not an intentional thing. Okay, I could never tell someone else what to do. Got it. You need to deep dive into Flat Earth and Soul Trap and how it's connected. Ask Tony Quantum of Consciousness or Howdy. They all understand we lived in a closed system. Interesting. Melanie Stockfield, first heard about that from Project Camelot. I've been an X-Men fan since childhood. Yeah, me too. I wanted to be a comic book artist. Oh, cool. One of my characters that I made up, Psychic, was named Ethos. Apocalypse, a fascinating character. Dr. Norman Berggren talked about how there was a U.S. Navy base that had a picture of a 7-foot-tall African-looking entities walking out of those crafts orbiting Saturn. Brett Stewart Moksha teaches remote viewing. Look up technical intuition. If enough people on Earth could keep up the sovereign frequency, maybe we can dismantle the system. Maybe. Aren't you a Gemini? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. You're here to think and communicate. Smart. Yeah, I am a Gemini. My birthday's in June. What's up? What's up? On the fence about crystals. Are you following the guide in Thenosis and Exit Cave? I made a video about the guide in Thenosis. I don't know if I'm following it verbatim as of yet, but I do think it's interesting. Krishna, yes, I wondered that too. Good answer, friend. Suzanne, Carrie Cassidy was definitely discussing it many years ago. Mr. Mex Biker, I waffle on it constantly. The data keeps coming back the same every time. I'm sure you can relate. I'm looking forward to finding out. Until all are free, none are free. Ireland. That's my question. Maybe have on Cliff High. Hexagram, hexagon, black cube, and tesseract are all symbols attributed to Saturn and beings that reside on Saturn in occultism. Do we need to be vegan to escape the trap? I have wondered about this too. And can bad people escape the soul trap? And what if the prison planet is a real prison and a punishment for breaking the law in base reality? Your purpose will overcome the darkness and evil of our predicament. I was depressed for a bit. I believe so too. I'm a Gemini too. Hey, June 20th. Let's go. Let's go. June 17th, myself. A magical day. Let's go, Geminis. I always get along with Geminis. Schizo Dumps also says a lot of truth on his YouTube channel. I've got that. That's definitely on my list. Somebody told me about that. Schizo Dumps. Right? Now watch. It's not on my list. Oh, my God. Yeah, I have it there. No, the pods are not us. The pods are for bodies needed to replace people in certain positions if something unexpected happens to its avatars. I mean, could be, I suppose. I've been remote viewing for a long time. I always have my crystals in a bowl next to me. Jordan Crowder has a theory called simulator theory, not simulation theory. Okay. I feel like every night I'm about to make a video about Jordan Crowder. I've heard so much about him, and then I keep doing something else for whatever reason. Hi from Australia, Huzefa. Have you heard of the Law of One? What's up, Elite Daniels? Welcome. I think you're new here. Yes, somebody was just talking to me about, well, hold on. I'm going to tell you who it was. Somebody was messaging me on Instagram about that. Fabian. Wait, let me see. Hold on. Yeah, Law of One playlist by Aaron Akbake. Fabian messaged this to me. It says, all is one. It has a story of how we got here and how the universe is structured. It's a story of soul evolution. It says the amnesia was added in later as an experiment. Okay. Yeah, so somebody else told me about it. Why? Do you recommend it, that I read it? Is it true that Zacharias Sitchin was a Freemason? There's supposed footage about that. He was the guy that many people talk about who claimed accurately translated the Sumerian tablets. I have no idea. Traces of truth. A lot of people say it's false light. I don't know. I've traveled to Focus 23 and it's 2D. Whoa. What? What does that mean, 2D? Insights with Tony. That's so crazy. Learn spiritual protection methods. You will draw attention from archons as Farsight and IU have. Can you tell me what are spiritual protection methods? Pneuma Ethos. Right on, IU. I concur. I never found the right person either. I was just curious if you had any data on the subject. I never had a strong desire to bring children in this upside down, backwards world. Yeah. Same with me. Lucid Beams. Hello from Australia. June 10th. Let's go. Geminis, baby. Lots of people from Australia. So cool. Free Persia, save Ukraine, visitor species, coexisting interspecies. What's up, Joshua Schwab Mangold? There's a YouTuber named Brian Scott, and he talks a lot about the Law of One. Two-dimensional. That's crazy. But I don't know what does that mean? How could, I don't know. Freemason are not evil. They always want to escape the trap. Are just LHP, service to self. Jordan Crowder says we live in a prison, but we choose it, just like Darius. Interesting. Almost all secret societies' goal is to escape, be reality, and leave the NPCs and pores behind. Mr. Mex Biker, I had a crash course on witchcraft spiritual protection about a year ago after some really funky stuff. Souls appear flat. Hey, you're a Gemini too? No way. When's your birthday? Dr. Samuel Lee, MD, says some truth on his page. Visualization of protective ball of golden light. When you sense them, say, if not of light and love, be gone. Interesting. Wait, let me remember that. If not of light and love, be gone. All right. Hell yeah. I'm trying to remember and acknowledge all the time how powerful we are and how powerful I am. You know what I mean? I had a rough time. I was really intimidated and I've talked about it in one of my videos. I don't feel like going into it in detail, but in 2024, I had a rough year, and I feel like that got me stronger. But yeah, I'm trying to remember and embrace the power that is in me and in all of us, really. No, Jordan does not say we live in a prison. I do love Brian Scott. May 25th. Let's go. Happy belated birthday. Just ask Jordan what he believes. Don't let people tell you what he believes. Okay, fair enough. Gemini here, June 19th. What's up? How many Geminis? I never meet this many Geminis ever. What? That's not coincidence. No way. I never meet Geminis like this frequently. Dimensional domains are 4 domains: awareness, mind, time, and space. I've seen the code in the lasers when on DMT. It was profound. Wow, that's cool. I've heard about that. I already asked him about a gang stalk. Some of my favorite people and closest friends have always been Geminis. That's awesome. We click for sure. I respect they are hard workers as well and pay attention to detail. Try my best. Superman, David Icke interview with the reptilian lady explains that all Freemasons were scared of Sitchin, pointing towards the point he was a Mason. Got it. Colin says, I heard in one NDE, I think Mara, a person say he was told, you stink, go back, don't eat meat. And you stink, go back and don't eat meat. You can also use the command, reveal your true self now. And are typically highly intuitive and intelligent. Oh yeah, is that true? Aries, what's up, Aries? My sing is same as the age. Glimmer Doom, thank you for the insight. God bless. I found that opposition has been there many times over several decades. Generally, they're a lesson, but eventually you catch up to what's going on. Wait, hold on. I found that opposition has been there many times over several decades. Generally, the opposition is a lesson, but eventually you catch up to what is going on. Not sure. Can you explain that a little bit more, Dan? I'm not sure exactly what you mean. Elite Daniel says, yes, I recommend the Law of One. Interesting that talks about the Orion group being negative beings. Ooh, what? Who take advantage of our amnesia, but are not. Oh, what? Okay, I have to read the Law of One. You need to interview here. Let me just put that on the list as like a separate thing. Oops. Hold on. You need to interview Dr. by Taylor and Reverend Jonathan Barlow. Who's that? Taylor, but need to interview Dr. Taylor and Reverend Jonathan Barlow. Let's see. Okay, who are they, by the way? Vibi, Aries. What's up, Aries? Gnostic Bite Radio is good. Some David Icke interview that explains reptilians from monarchy. Capricorn, not that it matters. Fair. Not that it matters. I guess you're right. They are just more technological and PSI superior. They have no soul and or creative power or quantum abilities. Intuitive and underground touched on how they use their power for many things. Yep. You're right. Traces of Truth, Aquarius. Uzefa, is it possible to interview Calagro Grifasi? He's also has a lot of info on the Soul Trap and Archons. All right, let me write it down. Here we go. Calogero Grifasi. Okay. Oh, my tough time. Got it. Sounds like opposition. It may have been. I don't know. It was. I don't even know how to describe it. But okay. So in terms of what, let me go back to what you said. Oh, I see. Generally, they're a lesson, but eventually you catch up. Got it. Understand what you're saying. Law of One audiobook here on YouTube. Yeah, I might listen to the audiobook maybe. Would love to learn how to astral travel. Where do you recommend? Maybe Intuitive Underground would be better. I am trying to have an out of body experience, and I read William Bowman's book. I probably need to read more, but I am going to Monroe this summer, so I'll let you know how it goes. Another Gemini. Let's go. BR Taylor. BR Taylor. Got it. Okay. Look them up. Law of One's another good old trap. Really? It's a trap? Also, I know you've been doing quality. Oh, reality transurfing. Yeah. Yeah, that's a crazy book. I have to read more of it. I just read the chapter on pendulums. Gemini attracts energy. Gemini energy. Also, air sign energy attracts air sign, because we appreciate thinkers and communicators. Yeah, that's what we are. Let's go. Yes, got me. The firmament has much to do with the reincarnation trap. Extraterrestrial beings are seeding humans on Earth for various reasons. Rico, some people call it false light. Beware of bearers or bringers of false gifts. Was in a crop circle back in the day. The Law of One is very long to read. They are being channeled from the 5th and 6th dimensions. Talk about service to self and service to others. Space, length, width, depth, and phase. Time is mind, creative, active, passion. Okay, guys. I have to go in a second. My voice is so dead. Genius and how we're all brainstorming together. I know. It's incredible. I mean, half the videos that I make, if not more, are now from people suggestions in the comments. You're seeing near-term times, tough times for us. The more we start awakening to the truth of the false matrix, the more the archons send narcissists cluster abusive personalities. I have a few pendulum books. They say to use black silk for the string, quartz crystal for the pen. I love reality transurfing deep. Yeah, it's super cool. You need to look into Maya Zahira and the interview. Okay. You again been busy? Yeah, I have been busy. Oh yes, especially for my business too. Literally today was the last day of a super busy last few weeks getting into finals. So my summer's here. This is it today. I can't believe it. Okay, Maya Zahira. Okay, guys, I have to jump off. Literally, my voice is like in pain. I can't do this anymore. This was so good. Thank you guys so much for joining. Please message me. Oh yeah, one more time. I'm just going to let you guys know. Hit me up on Instagram. If you guys could, that'd be great. The reason why I asked for people to also follow me on Instagram is because if I get more followers on my Instagram page, I think it's going to be my means of reaching out to people for interviews and stuff like that. And so I think if I get more people, if I eventually, I've asked to try and make it an official, I think it'll just help me get more people on the channel and do more awesome interviews for you guys. So I would appreciate a follow if you guys do use Instagram. Thank you, everybody. Let me see. We got a few more comments. Mr. Max Biker, I've been witness to some through astrology, some tough times inbound and tarot, but through RV, we work generally things that aren't about general state of the world. Okay, I love you guys too. Thank you. We'll see you next week. Absolutely. And everybody's saying thank you. Yeah, thank you guys. Shout out to Intuitive Underground. Let's go. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.